Hello everybody. Welcome to 21st Century IAS Academy Delhi Campus C.A.R.E initiative, Current Affairs through Reverse Engineering. This is Goli Varsha.
Let us look into the first article for the day. Parliament clears Telecommunications Bill 2023 sans opposition. Okay, in prelims perspective, this is very important because there are some major changes and this particular bill replaces some previous acts. All right, okay. Now coming to the context, the Lok Sabha has passed this bill, Telecom Bill 2023, on December 20th. Okay, now it will, as I said, it will replace existing laws. Okay, now what are those laws are important. Okay, and that you can remember as point number 2. So it will replace acts like Indian Telegraph Act of 1885, Indian Wireless Telegraphy Act of 1933, and the Telegraph Wires Unlawful Possession Act of 1950. Okay, so it will replace all these three acts, and along with this, it is also going to amend the TRI Act of 1997. All right, what is this TRI? Telecom Regulatory Authority of India. Okay, so these three acts will be replaced and this act will be amended. Okay, what are these three acts? One is the Indian Telegraph Act of 1885. Next one is the Indian Wireless Telegraphy Act of 1933 and Telegraph Wires Unlawful Possession Act of 1950. Now, what are the important points in this bill? Let us look into it from prelims perspective. All right. Number 1, authorization requirements. Okay, authorization requirements as in prior authorization is needed from the central government for providing telecommunication services or possessing radio equipment or any such thing. Okay, and the existing licenses remain valid for the granted period for 5 years if it is not specified. Okay, this 5 years clause is taken as default time if explicitly if it is not mentioned. Okay, so this is with respect to authorization requirement. Okay, and second one is inception and search powers. Okay, government can intercept, monitor or block messages on grounds of public safety. All right, and third one is spectrum assignment. Spectrum assignment will happen via auction. Yeah. Now there is also Digital Bharat Nidhi in place. Digital Bharat Nidhi in place, and that is after renaming what Universal Service Obligation Fund. This Service Obligation Fund was renamed to Digital Bharat Nidhi. All right, for telecom services in underserved areas and for research and development. Okay, and there is also clause for protection of users. Okay, so measures for user protection like prior consent for advertising messages, creation of do not disturb registers, D&D registers, do not disturb registers, and reporting mechanisms for malware are also in place. All right, and when it comes to, I said no that there is that this TRI Act is being amended. Okay, so in this particular bill, there is a clause with respect to TRI's appointments, Telecom Regulatory Authority of India's appointments. Okay, now this act allows individuals with substantial professional experience to be appointed as chairpersons or members of TRI. So these are some important points about this particular bill from prelims perspective. Now we will get into the MCQ. Consider the following statements with regard to Telecommunications Bill 2023. The bill aims to replace Indian Telegraph Act of 1885. the Indian Wireless Telegraphy Act of 1933 and Telegraph Wires Unlawful Possession Act of 1950. This is true, right? We have seen in the basics part. It proposes amendments to the Tri Act of 1997. Yes. Okay. So this there are three laws which are being replaced, and there is only one law that is being amended. So that is Tri. It is not being replaced, it is being amended. Please be very careful. The bill introduces provisions for the allocation of spectrum primarily through administrative allocation rather than auctions. No, not through administrative allocation. It is through auctions. Auctions are being given priority, right? So 1 and 2 statements are right. Okay. Now, in India, the term public key infrastructure is used in the context of, see, in the context of cybersecurity and information encryption and decryption, you will often listen to two words. One is public key and one is the private key. Okay. Now, public key infrastructure is a technology for authenticating users and devices in the digital world. So, it is digital security infrastructure. All right. Now, let's look into the next article. Minister for Rural Development and Panchayati Raj, Shri Giriraj Singh, to address one-day national workshop on cactus for green economy in watershed projects at New Delhi through video conference tomorrow. Okay, now what is the context? A national workshop on cactus for green economy in watershed projects is being conducted. So this particular minister wants to say something about it. Now, what is important for prelims from this article? This one, this word, cactus and its utility in green economy. Okay, now you all know cactus, that chotu plant with those thorns. When you were in school, you will be reading, no? Okay, and even in advertisements, especially when you have to showcase something thorny or something pricking, they will show this only, cactus. Okay, now cactus is a perennial, succulent, drought resistant, and multi purpose crop. That much you know, and it will grow in deserts. That you know, right? So it is also known as xerophyte, not ZARO, XARO. Xerophyte. Now, what is xerophyte? It is a plant needing less water. Okay, and in deserts, its adaptation is such that it doesn't have leaves. Leaves are converted into thorns. Why? See, if there are leaves, there will be surface area, and there is something called transpiration that is happening. Okay, there will be loss of water. So to avoid that, what is happening? This leaf is getting converted into thorn. Okay, and you will have green surface here. See, this will all be green. Okay, for that you will have thorns. Okay, if it is having green color, it means it has chlorophyll and it performs photosynthesis, but this is not leaf. Leaf is converted to thorn, so there are no leaves. Then what is this? This is stem part. Okay, this is stem part. So basically cactus, matlab you will have like this, and you will have thorns for this. Okay, so green part is the stem part and the leaf is converted into thorn. Alright, so your green stem will do the photosynthesis, which means stem is doing the photosynthesis. Alright, now coming to the utility of cactus, it is used as low cost fodder for livestock, especially in the arid and semi arid areas for cattle, sheep, and goats. And it is also used for carbon sequestration in drylands. Yeah, and third utility, first one, second one, third one. Okay, one is low cost fodder, and second one is carbon sequestration, and third one is high sugar and low acid blend of cactus fruits make it delicious and palatable, which means it can be used in some delicacies, food, in general. Okay, and it can also be used for biogas production. All right, so all these things are basics about cactus. All right, now we'll get into the MCQ. Consider the following: biogas production, bioleather production, fodder for animals, promotes carbon sequestration, its fruits are used in preparation of traditional foods. How many of the options listed above is are applications of cactus pear? Biogas production, yes. Now, what is this bioleather production? It is vegan leather. Okay, it is vegan leather. So, this is also true. And third is fodder for animals. Yes, this is also correct. As I mentioned, it is used as fodder for animals and promotes carbon sequestration. Yes, its fruits are used in preparation of some traditional foods. Yes. Okay. Now, what is vegan? See, a person is known as vegan if he is a strict vegetarian. That means who consumes no food such as meat, eggs, dairy products that comes from animals. Okay, similarly, this leather, usually it is prepared from skins of animals, right? But if it is being prepared from plants, then it is called bioleather. And cactus is one such plant from which this leather can be produced. All right. So 2 is also correct. So D, all of the above. Consider the following statements about cactus. The leaves are reduced to spines, yes, because to adapt to the desert climate and as an adaptation to reduce the transpiration that happens from the leaves are and loss of water happens, no, so to reduce that the leaves are converted to spines. Okay, now the stem does the photosynthesis, yes, that is why it is in green color, and green color indicates the presence of chlorophyll, and if there is chlorophyll it means photosynthesis is happening there. That's what I explained above. Okay, so see both 1 and 2. Let us look into the next article. National Mission for Green India is one of the 8 missions outlined under the National Action Plan on Climate Change for protecting, restoring, and enhancing India's forest cover and responding to climate change. In the prelims perspective, this National Mission for Green India is one important topic, and National Action Plan on Climate Change and 8 missions that are underlined under this particular program are important. Okay, now let us see what are these 8 missions that are underlying National Action Plan on Climate Change. Okay, the first one is under NAPCC. The first one is National Solar Mission. The second one is Water National Water Mission. Third is Green India Mission, that is mentioned here. Fourth is National Mission for Enhanced Energy Efficiency. Fifth one is National Mission for Sustainable Habitats. Sixth is National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture. Seventh one is National Mission for Sustaining Himalayan Ecosystem. And eighth one is National Mission for Strategic Knowledge on Climate Change. All right? So these are the 8 missions under National Action Plan on Climate Change. And we are more interested in this one because this is explicitly mentioned in this PIB article. Okay, now we'll see in detail about Green India Mission. Okay, and here you have to know one point that Green India Mission also has submissions. Okay, it has one, two, three, four, five submissions. Okay, first one is enhancing quality of forest cover, to enhance the quality of forest cover. Second one is to increase the forest cover. Third is increasing tree cover in urban and peri-urban area. Okay, including institutional lands. Fourth one is about agroforestry and social forestry. And fifth one is restoration of wetlands. All right. And this particular mission aims to increase the forest or tree cover to the extent of 5 million hectares and to improve the forest tree cover on another 5 million hectares. Okay, 5 million hectares to increase the forest cover, and in the next 5 million hectares they want to improve the quality of forest. All right. And it also aims to improve ecological services like carbon sequestration and storage, hydrological services, and biodiversity and so on. Okay, now we'll get into the MCQ related to this. Consider the following: enhancing quality of forest cover, increase in forest cover, agroforestry and forest cover, restoration of wetlands. How many of the options listed above is our objectives of National Mission for Green India? All these four are part of sub missions of this particular National Mission for Green India, and there is also fifth submission, that is sub mission. Okay. And what there is also fifth point. What is it? It is enhancing tree cover in urban and peri-urban areas. Okay. So all of the above is the answer. Now, which of the following best describes the aim of Green India mission of the Government of India? Okay. Look at the statements. Incorporating environmental benefits and costs into the union and state budgets, thereby implementing green accounting. No, this is not the answer. So A is gone, D is also gone. 3 is common. Okay, which means 3 is obviously correct. You have to just check for 2. Launching the second green revolution to enhance agricultural output as well as to ensure food security to one and all in the future. No, greening and this second green revolution is related to what? Food security. Okay, but this one is related to afforestation, carbon sequestration. Okay, this is a different thing. They may be interrelated, but explicitly or as a main aim, this thing is not mentioned. Okay, so C is the answer. All right. There is one more thing, National Mission on Agriculture, that might cover this one, but not Green India Mission. So 3 is the answer. All right. Now, next article. Operation, operationalization of Maitri 2 station in Antarctica. Okay. Now, you need to know some basics about our stations in Antarctica, because the Indian government is planning to establish a new research station in East Antarctica close to its existing Maitri base. All right, now we'll see some basics. Okay, see, point number one, in Antarctica, there was first one was Dakshin Gangotri in the year 1983. It was India's first Antarctic research base. Okay, so Dakshin Gangotri, but it was decommissioned in the year 1990, and now it serves as a supply base and transit camp. So, first is Dakshin Gangotri. It was part of our research base in Antarctica. Second was Maitri. Okay, Maitri 1989. Okay, now this is Maitri 2. This is Maitri. So this is first research base. This is the second one. And the third one is Bharati. Bharati 2012. Okay, so these things you have to remember, and it is the third Indian station situated near Larsman Hill. Larsman Hill, and it focuses on oceanography and studying the geological history of Indian subcontinent. Okay, and then there is, it is not related to Antarctica, but you have to know about it. It is Himadri. Himadri. It is India's first Arctic research facility. Okay, and it is located in Svalbard in Norway. Okay, this is with respect to Arctic region. Okay, and it focuses on diverse scientific studies, including dynamics of atmosphere, space weather, and aerosol radiation. All right, so these are some basics that you have to remember. Now we'll get into the MCQ. Which of the following stations is not located on the Antarctic continent? Maitri, yes. Bharati, yes, in the year 2012. Okay. Dakshin Gangotri, yes, in the year 1983. We have seen in the basics part, no, that Dakshin Gangotri 1983, Maitri first one is, that is first Maitri. This is Maitri 2, no? This is Maitri 1. Okay, this is the second after Dakshin Gangotri. It is the second research base of India in Antarctica. Okay, then there's Bharati. All these are in Antarctica, are related to Antarctica region, but Himadri is related to Arctic region. Okay, so these three are related to Antarctic continent. Himadri is not related. So they're asking not located, right? So D is the answer. Now, in the context of modern scientific research, consider the following statements about ice cube, a particle detector located at South Pole, which was recently in news. It is the world's largest neutrino detector encompassing a cubic kilometer of ice. This is true. Okay, it is neutrino detector, and it is world's largest neutrino detector encompassing a cubic kilometer of ice. Yes, that is true. Next, it is a powerful telescope to search for dark matter. Yes, it is buried deep in the ice. This is also true because it is buried beneath the surface, extending to a depth of about 2,500 meters. Okay, and it is buried deep in ice because it enhances the precision of the detector. Okay, so it wants to detect neutrinos from the most violent astrophysical sources, such as what, exploding stars, gamma rays. Okay, all these things. So all the three statements are right. Okay, now next we'll go to the this article, protection of black tiger. Okay, now what is this article saying? It is saying that melanistic tigers have been recorded only in the Simlipal Tiger Reserve in Odisha. So, two things will become important. One, melanistic tigers, and they are only recorded in Simlipal Tiger Reserve. Okay, so this will be important. This also will be important. Okay, now what are these melanistic tigers? You know melanin, right? So, because of melanin, we will have the pigmentation. Okay, that means color or whatever color that your hair, eye, and skin looks like is because of this melanin, amount of melanin in your body. Okay, so why did I say this? Why did I mention about melanin here? It's because this particular black tiger, it is looking black because of that one, because of that pigment that I mentioned. Okay, so melanistic tigers are tigers which have color variation. Okay, and it is not a distinct species. You getting my point? It is not a distinct species, it is just a color variant of tigers. Okay, and their dark coat is caused by mutation in transmembrane aminopeptidase Q gene. Okay, in short form, you can call it as TAC peptide. Okay, and this condition is known as pseudomelanism or false coloring. Okay, that's why they look black. Okay, and coming to the facts, in Simlipal Tiger Reserve, there are about 60% chance that any tiger carries this mutant gene. Okay, now if you ask me why all black tigers are found in Simlipal Tiger Reserve, what happened is because of geographical isolation, inbreeding amongst genetically related tigers was happening in Simlipal. Okay, and this inbreeding and isolation have significant implications for tiger conservation. And the population, when you inbreed, okay, the gene pool will get synced. I mean, it'll be synced, right? So that's why all these mutations or defects or whatever it is, they are there. Okay, now we will see some facts about Simlipal Tiger Reserve. First things first, it was formally designated as a tiger reserve in the year, that is, it was bought under Project Tiger in the year 1973. All right. See, this Simlipal is a tiger reserve, okay, and it is also biosphere reserve as recognized by the government of India, and it is also part of UNESCO World Network of Biosphere Reserve since 2009. Okay, and the Simlipal Kuldia Hadgar Elephant Reserve, popularly known as Mayurbhanj Elephant Reserve, includes three protected areas, that is Simlipal Tiger Reserve, Hadagar Wildlife Sanctuary, and Kuldia Wildlife Sanctuary. All right, so these are some basics that you have to remember, and this is located in Odisha's Mayurbhanj district. Okay, so geographically, if you see, it is at the eastern end of the Eastern Ghat. All right, so these are some basics. Now let us get into the MCQ. In which of the following tiger reserves are black tigers found? It is Simlipal. All right. Now, consider the following protected areas: Bandipur, Bhitarkarnika, Manas, Sundarbans. Which of the above declared are tiger reserves? Okay. See, Bandipur, yes. Bhitarkarnika, no. Because Bhitarkarnika is a national park that is spread in 672 kilometers in Odisha, and it is the second largest mangrove ecosystems in India. Okay, this is national park, but it is not a tiger reserve. It is not tiger reserve. It is a national park, and it is the second largest mangrove ecosystem of our country. Okay, and it is the breeding place for salt water crocodiles, and it is the largest colony for olive ridley sea turtles. Okay, so it is famous for these two things, and Bitarkarnika is not a tiger reserve. Okay, please be thorough with the list of tiger reserves. At least you should be able to eliminate options. All right, so when 2 is gone, A is gone, this is gone, 4 is gone. What is left out? 1, 3, and 4. Okay, if you're confidently able to eliminate one option, here you're getting the answer. All right, now next article. Missing for 42 years, flying squirrel resurfaces in Arunachal. In prelims perspective, this facts about flying squirrel and where in Arunachal that particular place will become very important. All right. So, flying squirrel was found in uh, Namdafa National Park in the eastern Himalayas of Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, so it is Namdafa National Park in the eastern Himalayas. Now we'll see some facts about flying squirrel. What is its scientific name? Its scientific name is Biswamoyopterus biswasi. Okay, that is the scientific name, and it was lastly seen in the year 1981, and after 42 years it resurfaced in 2023. And according to the red list status, it is critically endangered species. Okay, and it has reddish grizzled fur. Okay, so these are some facts about flying squirrel. Now coming to Namdafa National Park. See, it forms the easternmost limits of the Himalayan terai forests in India. That is point number one. And it is situated in Ganga Plains biogeographic zone of the country. And it is combination of Bhabar and terai tracks. Alright. And one speciality is that this particular national park has climate variations from tropical to subtropical to temperate and arctic. All these climates will be visible in this particular Namdapha National Park. Okay, so we'll get into the MCQ. Which of the following statements are correct about the recently rediscovered nocturnal flying squirrel in Arunachal Pradesh? The species known as Bisvamoyopterus biswasi, which means this flying squirrel, okay, was last observed in the wild in 1981 and was rediscovered in 2022. Not 2022, it is 2023. All right, so first statement is wrong. It is also known as the Namdafa flying squirrel and was sighted in the Namdafa Tiger Reserve in Arunachal Pradesh. True. The species is classified as critically endangered in the IUCN Red List. This is also true. So, two statements are correct. 2 and 3 are right. When you know one is wrong, you can actually eliminate A, C, and D. B is the correct answer. Okay. Now, which one of the following national parks has a climate that varies from tropical to subtropical, temperate, and arctic? It is Namdafa National Park. We've just seen, right? It is Namdafa National Park in Arunachal. In Arunachal. Now, where is Kanchenjunga National Park? It is in the state of Sikkim. Okay, Kanchenjunga will not have tropical vegetation. Okay, so that's why it is eliminated. It is in Sikkim. Now, Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve, it is in Uttarakhand. All right, and this reserve has been part of UNESCO World Network of Biosphere Reserves since 2004. All right, and third one is Neuro Valley National Park. It is in West Bengal. Okay, so places also you remember, it will be useful for eliminating options.
This is it for today. All the best.